let's walk through configuring a virtual server to support post-quantum cryptography. Currently, I have a web server sitting behind my big IP. So this is my big IP. This is the virtual server I have configured. And you can see I have it configured on port 443. I have an SSL client profile configured on this. And that client profile currently is using TLS 1.2 and normal classical handshakes for the encryption. We also can see that we have a certificate. The certificate is valid, and this certificate is just a standard Let's Encrypt certificate. The difference when we moved to post-quantum will be the handshake algorithm is going to be different. And to do that, we have to do a few things. First of all, we need to enable TLS 1.3. In order to enable TLS 1.3, we need to define a cipher rule and a cipher group. So let's begin by creating a cipher rule. And here we're going to give it defaults. And in this case, we need to add the post-quantum algorithms. And we want the default signature algorithms. This will choose a bunch of cipher suites that are now part of this rule set. Once we create that rule set, we can go create a group. And then we're going to choose our rule that we just created. And now we have these suites now in this rule. And now we can go create an SSL client profile. In this case, we're going to base it on the one that we were using before, which has all of our settings and our certificate and everything loaded. So we can use inherited capabilities from there, and then we're going to add our own settings for this particular configuration. So we need to change this to advanced. And then we're going to change our enabled options here. You'll see that there's no TLS 1.3 as an option here. We need to disable that. And we also need to choose the cipher group that we chose. In here, we will choose our Arcadia group. All the rest of the settings that we have in our other base profile are fine. When it's finished, we now have a new SSL client profile, and we will go to the virtual server and choose that SSL client profile. So now we're going to choose our Arcadia TLS 1.3 PQC, remove this one, and then we're going to update it. Now, when we go over here and we refresh this page, everything seems the same. But when we go down here, you'll now see that it's TLS 1.3. We're still using the same encryption for the traffic, but the handshake is now using the post-quantum encryption